Hey everyone, Erin here. Welcome to a casual. Oh, hey. Sorry, I got the puppy in here with me. He was just weighed at the vet yesterday. He's 105 pounds now. Do we still get to call him a puppy? He's only, well, we're coming up on 9 months old now. So still a puppy, just enormous. And taller than Dorothy now. It's actually getting hard to tell the two of them apart. He's much skinnier than she is. Dorothy's a little. Dorothy has been overtreated by Mr. Much More Patient. But he's, they look a lot alike now, so you have to kind of take a double take to figure out which one you're looking at. But the one who's in here currently eating something below me is definitely Darwin here. Where are you, Dar? Okay, see, we're not going to do that though. Anyway, fun with him around. Stop with that, okay? That's not for you. Thank you. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to a casual Sunday garden stroll. We have some viewer mail, so we're going to start with that today. I will start with, my name is Erin. I'm the Impatient Gardener. I live and garden in southeastern Wisconsin, zone 5B, 6A. We should just say 6A because it's technically 6A. I just have my doubts. The information about my garden, where I'm located, how to find me other places is always in the video description, which is not always the easiest to find, especially if you're watching on a TV. I have figured it out how to do it now. There's a way you can work around it. If you're watching this on any sort of device or computer, you can just hit the little arrow. All the information's there. We have viewer mail. So if you are new to these garden strolls, 2 years ago now or so, I invited people to send me postcards or notes, whatever, sharing gardens that they had recently visited so we could all kind of travel together. The response has been amazing. You guys, I have a chainsaw starting somewhere. I have a chainsaw or something else. This is the time of year when all the machinery is running. Anyway, I have an enormous box of these. I've saved every single one of them. They're so amazing. Okay, we are out in my temporary greenhouse today. If you missed the video, there is a video about what this is all about. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful painting there. Hi, Erin. A visit to the Bellevue Botanical Garden in Bellevue, Washington. And is this going to be okay? We're gonna have to power through. I'll talk closer to the mic. Bellevue, Washington, early April. So much in blue. Scilla brunera, which, if you listen to the Garden Mixer podcast, there's a big discussion between Marianne and Leslie about how to pronounce Brunera, and Marianne says Brunera is named after a man named Brunner, so therefore it should be Brunera. We all know what we're talking about. Bergina, pulsatilla, anemone, plus all the flowering trees and shrubs. Incredible. Wasn't signed by anybody, but very beautiful. Thank you for sending that. Okay. Oh, be still my heart. Is that gorgeous? What do we have? Oh my gosh. Oh, these are all postcards. Oh gosh, I love this. Oh, this is from the Huntington. I should have known. Look at how beautiful that is. These are beautiful too. Hi, Erin. I went to Pasadena, California last week for my son's wedding, and on an extra day I went to the Huntington Library and Gardens. Happened to be a 90-degree day, unusual, but it's a beautiful, manageable place to see a broad variety of garden styles and plants. Plus, it has 2 buildings of art. I love my visit, especially coming from wintry Michigan. Peace from Holly. And she says, P.S. I enjoy your YouTube, etc. For years. Thanks for keeping gardening real. And it's from Holly. Oh, thank you so much, Holly. I have been to the Huntington. Oh, look at that. Is that gorgeous? Thank you for sending this, Holly. I loved the Huntington. And you're right. It has such a wide variety of plantings. And she sent the map, which I love. Very appreciative. Huntington should be on the list. And I went there when I was in... the plant-eating dog is back. I was there when I was in L.A., and had an extra day in LA. And so you can go from, I think I took an Uber or something out to the Huntington. It wasn't cheap, but traveling anywhere in LA is not cheap. Okay, what do we have here? Oh gosh, gorgeous. Beautiful stuff happening here. All right. Look at that beautiful card. Erin, thank you for keeping great content. And when are you coming to speak in Michigan? Hint, hint. We gotta find somebody, find an organization there who wants to pay to have me come over there and talk. I always, it's unfortunate that Proven Winners Great Garden Show kind of fell apart, which I understand why it did. There was a lot of reasons why it did. And I'm a little surprised that no one has stepped in to fill that gap there. Maybe that'll happen at some point. A recent escape to the sun of New Orleans provided a few garden visits of note. Longuevue, I'm sure that's Cajun, to view the work of Ellen Shipman, who designed the 8-acre estate, a must-see. Sydney and Walda Bestoff Sculpture Garden is free and full of amazing art. New Orleans Botanical Garden has many interesting sections and is right next to the Sculpture Garden. Oak Alley Plantation has gardens, historical grounds, and a house. I also had big pot envy of all the iron kettles used as pond and planters, plus cool cemeteries, cute houses, and good food and drink. Oh, that sounds like an amazing trip. New Orleans is so much fun. Here's Oak Alley Plantation. Oh, to die for right there, right? Here we go. We've got big kettle, sugar kettle. Oh, see, I want one of those. I kind of want one of those a lot. That is so cool. Botanical garden map. Here's from the, this is from the Longuevue. The parterre is different as hedges are shaped in undulating patterns instead of uniform height. There's also very nice grass house and kitchen gardens. Beautiful. Hope that's focusing. Get my face out of there. And here's the map from that. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Hang on. Let me go back. Get your name again. Oh, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. That was really nice. Now, the other one is currently holding up the tripod, so hold on. Has beautiful stamps on it. You guys know I'm so weird about stamps. Check out the stamps. If you travel somewhere, you have something to share with me, the address to mail stuff to is always in the description below. It's P.O. Box 99, Belgium, Wisconsin, 53004. Here we go. Hi, Erin. I was amazed to find a beautiful botanical garden in the middle of Omaha. I visited in March when nothing was in bloom, but just by reading the tags in the gardens, I could see how great this garden is. The Welcome Center, gift shop, and cafe are wonderful. They have something to offer for each season. There are winding paths that add character to the woodland garden, rose garden, herb garden, Japanese garden with a Mount Fuji replica, and more. I'm so looking forward to seeing this garden in its full glory. Hope you can visit the Loretzen Garden sometime. Sincerely, Diane. The neighbors that live around this garden have such a treasure to take daily walks there. Always look forward to your YouTube videos. I learned so much for you. So far this year, I finally have purple bellvine seedlings. Yay! Here we go. This is beautiful. Did not know there was a great garden in Omaha, but you know what? Isn't that what I've been learning here? There are great gardens in almost every city you go to. You just have to, sometimes you just got to go find them. Okay, we have reached the point in the season where I realize it's time to panic. So the weather is nice this weekend. I lost about half of my weekend because about every other week we got to take Darwin to a specialist. There's some stuff going on. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be fine, but he had a bad reaction to medication, so we're working through some neurological issues. And like I said, he's gonna be fine. But that's about every other weekend, and that vet is a 2-hour drive away. So it's about 5 hours out of every other weekend so far. Hopefully we can back off on that schedule. And then yesterday, once a year, my brother and I cook shrimp at an event. We do a shrimp boil and we cook at an event. And we cook like 150, 160 pounds of shrimp, which is nothing compared to like enormous ones. But we served like 120 people or something like that. No. 100 people, 110, I don't know. I'm just cooking. I'm not serving, thank God. Anyway, so that was pretty much all day yesterday. And yes, I am tired because that is a big day. And it's nice out, so I want to be outside. There's all kinds of stuff to do. You guys know I have a load of plants to be planting. But by the same token, like my dahlias, this weekend, this mid-April weekend is when I pot up all my dahlias. I have not planted tomatoes yet. I forgot about nasturtiums. I have not planted parsley. Like there's all kinds of things that I definitely need to be planting seeds of. Haven't gotten to that. And so sometimes the weather works out where it's like, oh, you can't be outside, so you got time for inside stuff. But it's all happening at once and I get all panicked and I don't sleep well because there's list making going on in my head. Let me show you what's happening in here and then we'll go outside and do a little walk around. One quick note before I do that. I did have a comment from somebody this week who said, I don't know what's going on here, but your audio has been kind of weird lately. And I was like, what? Because it sounds fine to me when I'm editing it. And I don't always watch them back on YouTube, which I should. But then when I watch on YouTube, I'm like, it doesn't sound that bad to me. I don't know what's going on. But then I reached out to actually Brad from Garden Evolution, who is nice enough to watch, I think, most of my videos. I'm like, have you noticed anything with the sound? He goes, yeah, I have. So I looked into it, and I don't know if this is what's happening or if there's something going on with YouTube, because the same day that happened on a one of the garden communicators groups that I'm in, somebody posted and said they were getting comments from people saying the audio on their YouTube channel was weird too. So I thought, this is really weird that it's happening to two of us at the same time. In the meantime, though, I went and checked, and I had actually missed a firmware update on my mics. So that might be the problem. And I've been able to resurrect one video. I was able to grab a backup track and edit off of that. There's one more video that for some reason there wasn't a backup track created. So I don't know, I'm either going to power through or reshoot it today, with hopes of that going up tomorrow, Monday, because it's one you want to see for sure. So we'll see. But anyway, long story short, to the person who mentioned that, thank you. I am always appreciative of friendly comments about things like that you guys are noticing, because sometimes I'm just not aware. So I appreciate that, and we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully maybe we've got the situation figured out. We'll see. All right, let's look. Okay, current temperature in here is 57 degrees, 81% humidity. I forgot to put a link to this in the greenhouse video, so I will do that now. This one is Wi-Fi, which is really, really nice. And I have warnings set on it when it gets, I don't know, to a high and to a low. And then this is the new heater that I got. This actually is an Eagle Peak heater that I bought from Amazon. Okay, here's what's in here now. Okay, we got some annuals. I got a load of sample annuals. Did not know they were coming. Many of them are in the house because I'm worried it's a little too cold, but we do have some petunias out here. And let me give you a name on this guy. Petunia Spun Sugar. Oh, is this a mix? No, are there two plants in there? Because it says Petunia plus Spun Sugar. No, nope, it's Petunia. And then we've got some Calibrachoas in there too. Nepeta, another sample that came, although I already grow this plant and I adore it. This is Nepeta Neptune. I think this is like an annual dianthus. Dianthus Falling in Love Rose. Straw flowers have come outside because they can handle a bit of cool. Sweet peas do a little bit of growing, but probably in the next week here I'm going to get those in because I think we're okay. Snap peas getting planted out today. Rudbeckia triloba. Just going to grow on here for a little bit. Let's just look past the ranunculus. Snapdragons over there. And then the vine. I don't know. Now I'm starting to worry about the Fiona Sunrise jasmine vines. Now they don't look as good as they looked before, so I hope I haven't done something terrible to them. Okay, let's roll. Are you coming? Are you coming with? I bet you are. Garden cleanup is progressing nicely, although I haven't really been too much in these beds. They aren't in too bad of shape. I have not fertilized like clematis and stuff like that, improve my clematis. I keep waiting for a day when it's going to rain so that I can throw that down and not worry about somebody eating them. You can see here that, so this hasn't been like super cleaned up, but it's probably okay in most cases. This is Champsia Gold Tau. You can see that we got a lot of new growth coming in those. This is Roy's garden over here. I've not taken down my allium foliage yet, letting that stand. There's nothing that I don't need to take that down yet, so I haven't yet. And then we can go, since every week I've been taking you over by the, it's butterbur, aka Japanese pedicites. This is Siberian or Russian cypress, which I love. And it's starting to green up now. It turns a pretty bronze in, oh boy, there's Sadie. We'll just wait for Sadie to stop howling. Here, let's go look at the bulb lawn. Let me, with one hand on my dog. Darwin, stay here. We've got some Iris reticulata coming up now, and it's so, oh, it's chaos here. And it's so pretty. And in fact, Darwin, hey, that's enough. That's enough, bud. It's so pretty. You can see it popping up around the, you know, here, let's get closer. Right now with these small bulbs, I feel like you kind of got to get close. Beautiful. And multiple colors. I love that. Kind of a darker purple. Here's a blue one. So right now we've got blue, white, and a little bit of yellow from the Aranthus winter aconite. Darwin, stop. Thank you. Okay, now we can safely walk over here, I think, without hysterics throughout the neighborhood. You guys know how that goes in neighborhoods, like one dog starts barking and then it's all over everywhere, and I just hope it's not my dog who starts it. Okay, we've been talking about this butterbur and looking at, well, this one's been, looks like that one got eaten by the deer. I thought I hadn't seen any around. I sprayed something and I was kind of hopeful that it was working really well. But you can see the flowers here. I don't think it matters if they eat the flowers out. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Because a lot of them are missing the flower. They came and ate the flower. God, I tell you, they are a hungry bunch. And they look skinny this year. I don't know. I think they're really hungry right now, and they're probably all pregnant. Last year I got a sample leucothe, which is new to me, dog hobble, from Proven Winners. No, this is Sarcoca, excuse me. I don't know. Let's say, I don't know, we'll see if that made it through. See if we push any new growth, but it doesn't look great, does it? Somewhere in here I thought there was a leucothe. Oh, spring in the neighborhood. We got hellabores up, and some of these hellabores I'm seeing for the first time, even though I planted them a number of years ago. I think I got a tray of them like 2 or 3 years ago, and it took them a while to bloom, but a tray of plugs, that is. But they're pretty. They're really pretty. My stinking hellabores, yeah, they came up really early, and I think they all froze. So I don't know what happened there. And those were plants that I got locally. It's not like I brought in something from a nursery. Those were plants that came in locally and should have, were growing in somebody else's garden. So we've been looking at the Crown Imperial Fritillary, and you can see, like, just from week to week how much it grows. It's pretty amazing. And a bunch of alliums in there as well. You can see we had Digger's Hotline. Oh, do not drink out of that. Snowdrops are probably like just about at their peak or about to go over. You can see they're kind of dotted through here. More hellebores coming up here. I mean, you can see how, I know many of you are like past hellebores, so I'll show you like where things are at, because you can tell, even though I'm zone 6A, spring is late here, and it always will be, because the lake is right there, and the lake is 40 degrees, so the temperature here is mostly 40 degrees. It's usually how it works, unless the wind is blowing from the other direction. I don't know what else there's. This bed has been cleaned out. What I'm waiting for is stuff to like emerge, like here, which I think that's a hosta. I'm not sure, because I need to figure out where stuff is growing, because when we got this load of plants from Isley, if you saw that video, that happened well into winter. So I hadn't taken proper notes and pictures of what's growing where. So like you can see I've got a stick right there. We're thinking about putting something there and we're thinking about putting something there. But I don't really know where things are coming up, so I need to move plants out of the way. I mean, such problems. I'm not complaining. This bed's been cleaned up. It's really funny. You can see how much like things were hiding under mulch and stuff, because you can see like the foliage on the daffodils is yellow at the bottom. I have not taken the cages off of things like this dogwood yet, because the garden doesn't really look like much anyway now, so why just leave it covered? I also have a cage on over there. There's a that's soft serve Chamaecyparis over there. That came in as a sample, so added it over there. This is quite exciting. Well, I don't know what that little red number is coming up there, but this along the edges here, right there, that's marsh marigold. So that's quite exciting. I love my marsh marigolds, and they grow all along the creek here naturally. If you see the little, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Do you see the little, sure you do, the little green in the stream there? That's all Mysotis. That's all self-seeded forget-me-nots. And it all depends on how much, when we get rain, whether they're going to bloom or not. Sometimes they just get washed away, but they grow right here in the bed of the creek, which is not really a creek. It's a drainage facility from farm fields. I planted a lot of stuff along this edge, and I really hope it's doing okay. This path got too wide on me. And so last year I started planting a lot of stuff on the edge to try to, I mean, I've never had this happen before. Paths only get smaller around here. But not this one. This one got too wide. So I planted a bunch of hardy plumbago and lady's mantle and geraniums and stuff. And I still feel like it's too far over there. I hope that stuff comes back and fills in a little. I don't like how wide this got. I am considering, oh, we'll talk about that in a video. We're not going to look over there. I am considering, these beds have gotten very, very, let me just lighten you up here a little. There we go, sorry. These beds have gotten very deep. And they might be getting deeper. And I feel like we need some little walking paths through here. Actually, I couldn't sleep on Friday night, so I was going through and rewatching videos on YouTube. And one of the videos that I was rewatching was, I like to watch Yulia's design videos because they're just, I always see something new. And one of them, one of the designs, they had a little 12-inch wide walking path through a garden. It was a service path. And it was really, really charming and nice. It was kind of made out of cobbles, and it was really nice. So, I don't know, it kind of inspired me that, I was just thinking about doing like a mulch path, but it kind of inspired me that maybe I want something else. Okay, that's this side of the house. Let's go see what's happening elsewhere. We're still, you know, I mean, things are budding up a little bit. Like here, you can see here, we've got some buds on the Weigela there, but overall, it's pretty blank here compared to many places. I think this is Ice Follies. I finally figured out the name of this, but it's blooming. It's the only daffodil blooming right now. Always is the first one to bloom. So beautiful. There were years though that that didn't bloom until mid to late April, because sometimes I would pick the first blooms off of that for my mom's birthday, and her birthday is the day after Easter. So this is coming up here. This is Tansy Isla Gold, really beautiful. Lots of the Aranthus, the winter aconite. This bed has clearly not been cleaned out. I should probably do that because I want them to drop their seeds in here. Those are clearly, you know, gone over now. And these are my popstar hydrangeas, which is a macrophylla type, but it's a reblooming macrophylla type. I'm a little hey, come on, out. Thank you. I'm a little worried about, I mean, some of these stems are definitely, I mean, I'm not going to prune anything back on this. Macrophyllas, I just keep waiting. I never get early about that. I just keep waiting because you just don't know. Now, even if I lost all of those stems, it should put up new growth and it should put up flowers anyway, because that's the thing with Popstar is it's very remontant. It's basically continuous blooming, so it should be fine. We're going to talk about some of the changes that are happening, like the giant hole that's there. Let's just take a look at all the Virginia bluebells that are popping up, which this spreads wildly throughout the garden. It's very nice. You can easily pull them out if you don't want, but look at all the, let me zoom you out here. All of the purple foliage that you see throughout here, those are all Virginia bluebells that have seeded themselves in here. Oh, and this is Guernsey cream clematis. Such a good doer. Look at the big, see if I can get you in there properly. Can you see the big fat buds right there? Look at these. I mean, that is stellar. Love it. Good to see that. This is this is a group 2. Actually, look, even up here, that guy's going to open soon. One of the usually the first one to bloom in my garden, and on my list of my very favorites. Absolutely love it. Doesn't always do great every year because it is that group 2, but it's so good. Excavation happening here. I showed you last week that I had dug this bed out. So this is the drain pipe from our gutter extension. So we were just cleaning that pipe out to make sure that pipe is free draining, and Mr. Much More Patient was, I don't know, playing with rocks. It actually does work, and it actually does produce a fair amount of water. So I think the plan is I'm going to plant things here that will be happy, even a little boggy, or be happy with a good amount of water on occasion. We have such free draining soil here that it goes away quite quickly. But I think we'll fill in those rocks, and then on the edges of that, rather than plant a plant right at the bottom of that, at the edges of that, I'll plant something that is happy to have extra water. Let's just take a look in the woods quick, because things will start happening there soon. There are quite a few daffodils out here, which at one point I was planting daffodils in here, which I'm not unhappy that I did. And these are very early ones, so they usually bloom, actually some of the first to bloom here. What you see, if you see all the green going through here, that's all skunk cabbage coming up. So I've showed you the flower in previous videos, but so here's the flower, this weird little horn-shaped thing, and there's the emerging leaf as well. And you can see the leaves are this brilliant, shiny green. They're really beautiful. So this will be gorgeous. This is beautiful when I always describe them as looking like very shiny hostas. But they are ephemeral, so they'll go away by midsummer probably. Or even earlier than midsummer perhaps. Let me just close up the door here. Don't walk through there. Thank you. Oh, I think since the last video, I did prune a lot of hydrangeas. So you can see back there, I pruned the 3 limelights. I took them down pretty far. I kind of actually wanted to take them down even farther, but those limelights are not as happy as the big one over here. And let me show you what I did with the big one. I also kind of wanted to take this one down a little farther too. I have cut this down to 18 inches, but these 3 main stems that have developed in there over the years, those are pretty old, and I think I probably would kill it if I cut it down too much farther. But I did, I take it down pretty aggressively. You can see, and it'll be just fine. And I do have these kind of thin stems that are coming up. I like to leave, I think good pruning practice says you take out some of the oldest stems every once in a while and allow some new stems to, some plants are exceptions to this, but for the most part for shrubs, it's a good idea to go in and clean out the center of a shrub and take out every year a few of the oldest stems and then allow some new stems to get growth. And so I'm expecting these to become, you know, at some point one of these main 3 stems is probably going to die or need to be taken out, and we'll have new stems ready, you know, when that happens. And I did cut back one of the ascot rainbows. And of course, theoretically it's a perennial, so we would get new growth from the crown, but I'm almost positive that we've lost them all. They are borderline hardy here. And last year I didn't lose any of them, but we had such a mild winter. This year we did not have that. We had the opposite of that. So I'm pretty sure all of these are gone. And unfortunately, I haven't really seen them anywhere locally yet, but sometimes they pop up somewhere. Oh, I will just point out though that the climbing rose above and beyond has some really nice growth happening on it, shockingly so. And I need to come in here and prune this clematis, but I want to show you the new, this is Pearl de Azur clematis, so I want to show you the new shoots. So every year new shoots come up as, ouch, I just got poked by a thorn. And that's good because you can see that this was chewed off by something. But there's some stems that exist. So I pruned this one. This is I think it's technically a pruning group 2, which means theoretically you can cut it back to just a few buds. I let some new stuff come up. I kind of do a mid-range on this because again, we've got a very tall trellis here and I want it to get to the top of the trellis. And it actually, I don't know that it has yet. All right, as always, thank you for coming around for this rambling, more or less unedited garden tour. I hope you're having a great day in your garden. I hope things are going well for you. Well, I can tell it's a day I might actually get driven inside to do those dahlias because it is cold. The wind is off the lake and it's freezing on that side of the house, which is why I tucked in over here for this. Anyway, thanks for watching this very casual, rambly garden tour. I like to update you guys weekly when I can because things are changing fast in the garden now. And then it all makes a little bit more sense, I think, if you're watching the regular videos during the week. I think it makes a little bit more sense when you've got some context as to what else has been happening. All right, have a great day in your garden. Good videos coming this week. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.